Hello, welcome to Raise Brain Podcast. My name is Rich Ryan. Joining me, as always, Bracken Crocker, Jack Bauer. Today, we're going to touch on some happenings in OCR real quick. Mostly, we got the list of participants out there. ORM has done a great job of letting us know what's going on. So we're going to talk about that for the Saudi Arabia Tough Mudder Infinity. And then we're going to do HYROX. We got the third HYROX major, first of 2024, coming up in Vienna, and we're going to draft. Oh yeah. What is the records for the draft? We drafted once this year or none? Are we done?
None.
This is the first one?
This is a big day. This is the season opener. And let me tell you, when I open that spreadsheet and I have all that format in 2024.
I don't think so.
23-24 season.
But not the fantasy season though. This is good for you, BK.
Chicago?
That counted toward last.
That was
season.
November. Yeah.
Wait, we're combining this present
calendar.
Like that.
This is good for you. You're dead last.
Yeah.
Now we're all tied in first.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. The principle of it, I don't like counting. We're crossing streams.
We can never get it aligning. Because years OCR always ends at the end, hybrid the other in the middle.
Fair. It's logical. I don't like it.
Years for fantasy. Seasons.
But anyway, what I was going to say is it's looking like we're going to have 15 or 16 different drafts this year.
Oh,
we've got a schedule.
Is that right?
I'll pull it up later.
Yeah. Are we going to draft for Saudi?
I think we have to after seeing this list.
I'm quitting.
Yeah, same here.
It's I voted this. We voted this the biggest potential OCR event of the year. If we don't draft, I'm walking out.
Yep. We did draft. We have drafted for WTM. We did that at least
last year
once. Yeah. That's just a crapshoot, man. I mean,
so what?
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
I picked, I think, Chris Mendoza, and he got like 369th place or something because he just
Veerman
wasn't his day. And I'm like, oh, that's good. He's scored on my team. That doesn't help.
It's like the freaking Olympic trials. Jack, were you locked in at all for those marathon Olympic trials?
Not live, but I watched a significant amount of.
Way too early for you.
I was at the gym. No, I just didn't do it. But I watched the New Balance Invitational, whatever that one, the Grand Prix
indoor.
That was fun to watch. El St. Pierre almost got that American record. Jessica Hull, that was a really nice 3K battle right there. And
is that on Peacock, BK?
You know it.
It was free at the gym. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get on that treadmill. Yep.
I've decided I can watch track anytime, but marathons, it's live or nothing for me. Because if I know the result of a marathon, I just don't care to sit through it.
Yeah.
Where I'll sit through even up to a 10K. Sure, I want to watch the tactics. Marathon is all about the live intrigue. Will they? Won't they blow up? It'd be like watching Tough Mudder after the fact.
Not gonna still want to see it. Yeah.
I was locked in for that, dude. I was like bummed it was like over. I was like, wait, they're at mile like 20. Oh no, I only have 6 more miles to run. What am I gonna do then?
I think the two favorites on the guys' side, we knew that Clayton and Connor were going to end up making the team just based on how they're front. Well, there's no guarantee in marathon.
Dude, everybody dropped out. That, like, the heat there, and it was just like so much attrition. Like, and the dude
Zach
Panning like made it honest. So there was really no.
I respect that.
There was no like guarantees in that. BK hates it.
I don't disrespect it. I just don't think it should be. This isn't to him. But what he did was fantastic, and he almost did it. Right?
Yeah.
He only came up 2 miles short.
Yeah,
but he did it for a different reason because of the stupid qualification. We thought HYROX had a dumb qualification system. That is one of the stupidest I've ever heard.
I don't think it's dumb. I think it's dumb from an athlete standpoint. For taking a team to the Olympics that needs to be competitive, it makes sense that don't take people who don't have any chance of medaling. I understand it from the bureaucratic standpoint. However, we constantly put people in the mix of medaling because championship marathons are crazy. So I get both sides, but I don't
describe the process for the listeners who aren't aware, because it's a little different.
Yeah, because that's not. I wouldn't say that is the case for this, because there's a standard, and if your countrymen run under a standard, it unlocks a spot. So like
that's the dumb part.
So like we use HYROX for example, right? Like you have, so say like the US gets, like you have to run under 60 minutes, and then 3 people run under 60 minutes, me, Magida, and Kent run under 60 minutes. So there's 3 spots open for the World Championship qualifier. Then at the North American Championship, whatever happens, 3 other dudes, say Rylan, Colin,
Hunter,
and an ass. No. And they beat the 3 people who set the standard time, but in a slower time. They run like 62s to win it. They still get to go, even though they didn't go under the standard. So that's where it's kind of not that way, because
but they still have to meet the standard before May.
I don't think the individual does.
I thought that.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You have to run the B standard, which is 211 something.
Oh, I thought, okay, so the A standard unlocks the spots up to 3, but you just need the B standard in order to participate in the Olympics.
So if Connor Mance got, so if Connor would have gotten 4th, and say Panning hangs on and runs 209, not under the standard, he still gets that spot that Connor Mance unlocked. It's pretty strange.
I was telling this to Audrey, and she was like, what? This is the dumbest thing, because she loves watching distance races and stuff as well, surprisingly. And she's like, I can't get behind that.
The unlocking for someone else is weird because there's no justification for it. At that point, you should just have auto qualifiers where you can send, like, let Ethiopia send 27 men because they all earned it.
Right.
Let Kenya send 20 men, but that part's dumb. I do like the fact that you have to run at least 211 to get in, because if not, it doesn't matter how hot it is, you're not going to win a war of attrition. But that caveat is dumb, that it can go to someone else.
So what's happening with Leonard Career?
There's a world ranking system.
There's 2 routes
that if like, and I don't know if that would count all of the Ethiopians and Kenyans and Japanese people who would be.
If he goes at a major and goes top 5, let's say Boston, he can get in. Or if anyone in the U.S. goes and runs faster than what, 2:08:10?
2:08:30, I thought.
For real?
2:08:30, he's in. Yeah, someone has to hit the time to unlock his 3rd spot.
Unlocked? Are you serious?
It's not retroactively. It's at any point up until the qualifying deadline.
In May. So if somebody from the U.S. besides these 3 guys happens to run sub 2:08:30, which is the A standard, not the B standard, within the next 2 to 3 months, now Leonard Career gets to go.
Yeah, because that's what they were saying.
Standard.
That's crazy.
You should just pay someone. Someone on Let's Run was like, they should pay his agent or sponsor should just offer a bounty. Like,
I'll give you 50,000. Yeah.
100K. Anyone who can go run 2:08:29.
Yeah.
Because then we get to go to the Olympics.
Do the old, like what they do in the New York Marathon, where they pop on the subway, jump on the other side.
Rosie
Ruiz style.
Yeah. All right. So that part's dumb. I do get that.
We're getting way too deep into the runner nerd stuff.
But it's relevant because HYROX is a stupid qualification system that we talk about. And that right there is really dumb. The women didn't have anything to worry about. I think there were 10 or 11 who already have the A standard. So if you get top 3, you're on the Olympic team. That's what it was. But you had someone who had never run a marathon get to compete in the marathon trials, and she ends up winning it. It's such a weird sport.
I appreciate that. I like that they allow you in without having run a marathon. Like, I do want to defend the statement really quickly, just my justification for why I don't think there was any point for Panning to run the way he ran. Because in that heat, if you're not already that guy, you're not front running the qualifying time. And he didn't even come close.
He was that guy.
I mean, he thought so, but the route to the Olympics is to run that time at a place where you get pulled to the time, and then tactically run your way onto the team. It's a 2 marathon approach. There's no historical context for someone hitting both in the marathon front running it. It's never been done at our Olympic trials. So unless you're that guy, out of 227 people who qualified this year, let's say times 4 over the last 4 cycles, if you're the 1 out of 1,000 athlete who's going to front run, win, and hit the A standard, that's the only time you should even consider it.
What about Fiona O'Keefe?
Yeah.
She didn't front run.
I mean, not the way he did. She had the lead at 18.
Yeah.
When did he have the lead?
I mean, they were 4. They were jogging. No, like it was later than that, but the men were just being bitches about it. Like
that's racing, right? Race your way onto the team, then go hit your qualifier. That's secondary. You're not going to hit them both.
There's only 6 months.
You can't get on the team unless you run fast, and no one was willing to do that.
No, because other people can unlock the spot for you, or you can go run fast after, especially if you sit and kick this thing. My point is, if you go for the time, you're going to get neither. If you go for the place, you still have a puncher's chance at the next thing. And what always happens happened. You just can't mess around with the marathon and heat like that.
Yeah.
It just wasn't like, it was awesome to watch. It made the race, but someone would have. It doesn't have to be you.
I like it. D2 guy, didn't even care. He's
Yeah.
out in he's training in Michigan. He's from Fort Wayne, I believe. Maybe he'll pop in the
Deca, yeah,
old Deca Ultra.
he can handle the ultra. It's only
Yeah.
Again,
50
no
miles,
knock on
yeah.
him. It's just not your smartest path.
No, I don't think he's the smartest runner, but I think that's like he just went for it.
But someone's gotta.
Someone's gotta. And it
And
wasn't
just
going to be
not
anybody
you.
else.
And then
Sure, it
Juno's-
would have.
Yeah,
Because
And
Connor
you
and
saw-
Clayton didn't need, they just needed to sit. Like they didn't help him at all. No help. They're just like, we don't need to put ourselves in this position. So
If
thanks for
everyone's
carrying
sitting
us.
on you, that tells you what you need to know. That you should have let someone else do it. Again,
Yeah.
277 guys. Odds are one of them gets antsy within the next 5K. It doesn't have to be you.
yeah. And
Right.
just real quick on the women's side. So you know how I mentioned Fiona
227, not
Keefe.
277.
Gotcha. You know how Fiona Keefe had only run a half marathon to qualify previous to that, and most people are like, "Oh, you don't know what the marathon is going to be like till you run your first one." What was it, mile 23 or 24? She dropped a 5:09, and there were only 2 other women under sub
Yeah.
550 or something. It's like, how did that happen?
Wow.
That was
She still
very
doesn't.
impressive.
She still doesn't know what it's going to be like.
Yeah,
'Cause she didn't run her hardest the whole time. That's the crazy part.
right.
She's a stud.
Puma
Deviate threes. We got to get our hands
EVA
on those.
threes. They're the ones apparently. Did you see Connor Mintz is wearing the Alpha Fly ones? Those are just superior.
They're
Best
still-
shoes that's ever been made. Can't top it. Give us those AirPods.
Nike had to nerf them moving forward because they didn't have anywhere else to go. They're going to circle back to the ones in the fours probably.
I bet we'll see the AirPods back.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I mean, they're in there. They're just not decoupled right now. The threes have
Yeah.
AirPods.
Right. Enough. We've lost everybody already. We got some good
this is
stuff
what
to
I
talk
said.
about.
This is what it seems like when you guys talk shoes. It's like, just stop. They're still going. So that's
There's
how
a
I
running
feel.
podcast.
Eh,
The biggest marathon of the U.S. year.
running adjacent. We I don't know how many listeners were locked into it. Even one of our hosts wasn't even locked into it. So we can't expect.
I
there to be
watched
too many.
professional running that weekend at a different race, and
You
I watched
can't
probably,
hybrid without running. Hybrid is like OCR. It's a gateway drug to becoming an endurance athlete. And so people are they got to get on board.
Got to get on board. All right, moving on. We have the official list of the athletes who will be in Tough Mudder Infinity. Again, it's over on Aura. I'm just going to pull this up real quick, and we got 10 minutes to talk about this. 10 minutes. Maybe less. We
You
see this.
stopped right there. Big field.
So Canada and the United States has a pretty decent amount of athletes out here. Some just crept up on my end. So I mean, a lot of the big names. How many, just from the North Americans, how many Tough Mudder champions do we have here?
World's toughest mudder.
World's
You've got
toughest.
Atkins, Austin. We're not counting Lindsay. DJ Fox, Chris
Five,
Rogloski, Batras.
6.
Did Katie Knight win one year?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So I wasn't sure if she was Telluride or not, but
Is that 7?
that's 7. That's wild.
and then you have Rylan, you have Joshua Reed, Sean Stevens Whale, Isaac Sanderson, who just did 90 miles. Like, you've got some studs.
Yeah, Chris Swanson's a really solid
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
distance
Ultra guy.
athlete. Yeah. Ryan McGuire, he's not from Canada. Is this a Canadian?
No,
Is this a
he's-
different?
he's-
Swanson just
that's
did
the
something,
Ryan
didn't he?
McGuire.
In the last month or two, he did a big ultra. I thought
I don't know.
did well.
I finished one place behind him at Tougher Mudder World Champs, which I'm not
This
even
could be
calling
you,
a World
Jack.
Champs.
Nice.
This could be you.
Nice. What name is most exciting here in North America? One male, one female. Each of us get to go.
Started off.
I mean, I'm always interested in seeing what the homie Josh Reed can do. He's had a couple of tough outings at WTM, whether it's, I think he's been injured at that point of the season twice when he's tried to run it, once with his shoulder and one time he got hurt during the race itself. A little bit shorter of an event here. I'm sure he's doing all the things that he needs to do to try to prepare for it. You know, he's into the details. He's going to figure out ways to be about the heat acclimation and understand like the sand, and he'll have some different strategies. He's just got an engine, man. I don't think we've been able to really see what he's been able to do since that North American Championship at Tahoe when he did dislocate his shoulder. So I'm excited to see our guy.
He started strong at World's Toughest Mudder and then dropped out, right?
He hurt his foot or his knee.
Yeah.
I think
Dismount off just like a
dismounted.
ring, right? Or a monkey bar?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Freak accident type of deal. But he was ready. He was going out like at Anthony Kunkel pace, I thought, right?
He was behind that, but he yeah.
We
Jack,
know what
you
he's
go.
capable of.
We'll see.
I think honestly, Chris Rogloski was seeing her do the bookends, was seeing her do the 3K, was seeing her do 24 hours. I can't remember her doing a competitive 8-hour OCR race. This might be the first time she stepped into that arena, and it's not far enough where Lindsay Webster can't do some damage. So I think this is, and no, we didn't even mention any of the other countries and stuff right there, but the fact that we've got Lindsay who can just go all day up to about the 8-hour mark. Usually she isn't a huge fan of the 24-hour races, but that's a showdown I am really excited for.
Because those sky races that she's done so well, and I mean, she won the series last year, right? Those aren't like 2-hour races. Those are long. Yeah, those are long races for sure. BK, what do you like on the North American side?
Well, we get to see Ryan Atkins in present day. He's never been touched in an ultra, but he hasn't run an ultra in the modern era of OCR, and now he's going to. And that's just always exciting when you have the best who's still at the top of their game going against the new wave. And at the same time, you have a man in Anthony Kunkel who changes the race just by starting.
Is he there?
We're not sure if he's there yet.
As far as I know, he's there. Like, he's still posting about it. He's still talking about it. He's not on the list. But if he shows up and starts, the race changes immediately because he's going to push a pace that people have to respect.
Going for that fastest lap. That's the move.
Yeah.
About the book of
And is
flight.
Batras healthy? How healthy and fit is Batras?
We haven't seen Batras.
He didn't race SoCal.
No.
The opener.
Is that preventative or is that rehab?
But when he was when it was like in the desert for World's Toughest, it was like the world record setting performance that we've seen. So he can do.
Maybe he didn't want to give Kunkel a little inside tips because he showed up to all 3 races in SoCal. I don't actually believe that.
He's the only person to ever make World's Toughest look fast.
Yeah.
And that is saying something. Like, that is an accomplishment to make that race look like a fast running race.
And then, of course, Ryland Shadag, we haven't seen him at this type of distance. That's going to be extremely interesting.
He'll just go for it. Like, what isn't he successful at?
He's not very good at obstacles.
He is
OCR World's 3K. Yeah.
He's interesting on obstacles.
He fails at 3K. He failed at 3K like 2 out of 3 out of 4 times.
I don't understand.
Have to slow down.
He might have to slow down.
He has the grip strength to get through anything.
For sure.
And sometimes he just winds up on the ground, and it's I don't understand it. It's, again, these are the kind of things that are going to make this race fascinating.
Yeah.
Right. And who knows what these obstacles will really be like. I mean, World's Toughest, they've had some very challenging ones, like overly challenging in the past, but a lot of that comes down to the cold and the wet. I'm guessing it'll be neither of those things here. And if they just have like the traditional Tough Mudder obstacles, like they're not that hard. And the rate in which you go through them is much lower. So maybe that probably has more to do with it than his ability to get through them.
Also, just to be clear and to be fair to Rylan, what did he do at OCR Worlds this year?
He won the 3K.
Okay, you can't be bad at obstacles and win the OCR Worlds 3K. It's not the hardest obstacle race on the planet, but it's in the top end in terms of pro races with obstacles. So he's not bad at obstacles. He just finds a way off them sometimes.
I didn't say bad. I said not very good. Can't say he's
bad
not
very
very
dictionary
good.
or a thesaurus.
Can't say he's very good. All right, we're moving along.
All right, Rich, start off. Read who's coming from Afghanistan.
I was like, that's not a name. That's not a thing.
It's a male athlete.
Male athlete for sure.
All right, go to Australia right there.
Deanna Blegg, a legend.
Second place Spartan World. She's won World's Toughest Mudder before. She's, I want to say, over 50 at this point.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter as much, honestly, in the ultra game. It's going to matter, but I don't think it's as big of a deal as we might think.
Is Lachlan Danzy the Glen Race of Australia?
Yeah. Yeah, underappreciated,
Yes.
always there.
Been there for like a decade.
Yep.
Wins or podiums, a lot of things.
Almost everything. Yep.
Moving to
Huge podium
The
streak.
Czech Republic is very interesting. All these names really.
None of them are doing a team. They're all solo. I would have thought that would have been so dangerous seeing them on a team, but I think ADGs is definitely appealing.
I mean,
look at those names.
Richard Hynek,
so
Pavel Hordina, Peter Vinicki. Those are names that we know.
Peter Dornack, he's always top 10 at the major races in Europe as well.
So what we don't know about any of these people, this is like the Sandbach approach. We don't know what their strength actually is because we don't see them as much. What if these are all ultra specialists? What if they've all been waiting for this? Yeah. We have no clue.
I mean, Hynek's pretty big dude. Pavel's a pretty big dude. I mean, maybe for 8 hours, but I don't know.
Hynek always has the best split on the beast at trifecta. Like he clearly,
Rich Austin Azar, who's
that's true,
beefy. He won the World's Toughest Mudder this past year. I think he's going to be fine.
Good point.
Big old slab of man.
Denmark has 2 female athletes. We got Ida Steensgaard and Elrikke Evensen, both always a contender for podiums. Again, the distance for Ida, this is pretty extended.
I love it that she's doing it.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
She is the definite. She's an anywhere, anytime athlete. A lot of people claim that. She is. She's like Rylan. Any race, any distance, anywhere, anytime. Let's do that.
Hybrid OCR, long, short. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Do we not see Albin? Is he not in England?
Norway. That's what he's listed under.
Got it.
Which is interesting because he still wears the Union Jack.
Yep. Petra Arvela, who hasn't she been doing some HYROX, I thought?
Don't know.
Okay. Matthias Grautz, he's from Germany.
Oh,
he was that guy who went out way too fast in Abu Dhabi in the Beast and then did not end up finishing in first or second with Basilico.
Good sand runner.
Maybe for a little bit.
That's what you need in this race, right? Hot lap. What is it? $5,000, $2,000? What is it for hot lap win?
5,000. Yeah.
5. Seriously, Rich, go run a 10K.
I could hang for that. I could just toss on some, go the VJ route, toss on some Endorphin Pros.
Yeah, man.
Toss on those Mizuno Rebellion 2s. It's over.
Right, so we're going to dive down the sand shoe rabbit hole right now, Jack. You can check out.
All right, I'm just going to take these.
Actually, this is your world, Ultra.
Ultra might be the ones.
Oh, now we're talking.
Italy's bringing Luca Piscolderung, who's solid across the board.
I don't think he's ever done a Spartan Ultra, so that'll be interesting as well. Kind of like the Czech guys, like they just haven't really done ultras in OCR. Easily could have success, but it's unknown territory.
There he is,
the Norwegian,
John Albin, out here. Poland might have some guys, or Gregor.
Yeah, Czechla.
Gregor Czechla. That's how you say it. That's how you spell Czechla. What else? Saudi Arabia has,
if you don't believe me,
a heavy amount of athletes out there.
And these are just the athletes who signed up for like the faster heat, I believe. So they're
Yanka Popova on the female side.
Nice. Uganda. I have never seen a Ugandan athlete, but Slovakia right underneath that. Oh man, we got Esther.
Ooh. So this is so for the women's side, Esther, Lindsay, and Chris.
Look at other right there. Also, you missed one.
Lisa Petrova. I mean, this distance is just like,
oh my goodness. I don't know how Esther is at the ultra distance.
You think
but I do know her stride is not going to have to change.
No, she has an ultra stride.
Can she keep up 230 strides a minute for 8
shuffling
hours?
along, man? I mean, that's what the ultra athletes do. They're just kind of like plugging away.
She starts the race in ultra stride. Like she is going to be in her sweet spot.
So, and then teams of 2.
This is like OCR just royalty. This is like crazy.
13 to 15 teams here on the teams of 2, which is 20 Gs total, 10 each, correct?
Believe so.
For the win. Tyler
Veerman and Chris Brown.
As a strange pairing. and it just might be crazy enough to work.
It's gonna be great.
Gregory Basilico and Thibaut Jean, they have a lot of close battles. That's going to be a very, very good team as well. And Thibaut Debouché, and that's from Belgium. He's gonna Lucas Kempe.
What we've seen from Veerman is that he benefits from a partner, from someone to run with on course. And Chris is a yapper.
Yeah, Chris is a yapper. You're right.
Chris is he's gonna get on him, and he's gonna stay on him, and he's gonna keep him engaged. And Tyler has all the physical tools.
8 hours is going to be a good distance for him. I mean, Tyler's done a great in 24, but it's like a fight, obviously, for 24. I think 8 is like a really good spot for Tyler.
Tyler and Chris Brown, I'm almost positive, have the 2 fastest Spartan Ultra Beast times ever. The 2 of them. Wow.
Was Tyler from that Ohio?
Yeah, they were in like 420 or 430, both of them, which is just disgusting to think about compared to some of the other times you see.
Yeah, that was measured in feet, not meters.
CrossFit Ultra.
Yeah. Chris is Shaw's out there.
Teams of 4 these are some pretty good names out here for these teams of 4. This is not like we saw the team with VJ and Leon, and we were like, oh, that team's got it. But there are some good teams out here. And these have to run in pairs of 2.
Change it how you want, but yeah, you can. Let's say Leon and VJ went out together, and then couple laps later, VJ wanted to run with Manuel, and then they could switch it up if they want. You just always have to have someone.
Very strange. You think it's just because it's like an obstacle, like what's their inverted wall called?
And like Blockness and things like that.
Things that you kind of need partners. I don't know if you'll see Blockness. I mean, how are they going to do
that type of thing?
Maybe in a tub.
I did Blockness Monster during that Tougher Mudder Championship, and I did it solo. It's not.
You can do it solo.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. You probably did it yourself when you won that Chicago race.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Everest is a little tricky without someone if it's really slippery. But
Rich Ryan has beat Tough Mudder.
I'm done with this.
He has the badge.
On to the next challenge. But the European elite team, Jesse De Hair, Steen Lagarde, Luca Pazzani. Hit me with that last one, Jack.
Gonzalo Prudencio.
Yeah. And then the team with Sergey on it as well.
Ajman.
You never know. So
they've got the hit or miss right there. A couple of the Salah and Obeid, those guys go up fast, but they can run. So I don't know who's going to win on those 4-person teams.
No,
that's cool. Run the race.
That's cool. We have a couple races to be locked into during this, so we can follow the individual.
We're doing a draft for that.
We'll draft. We're going draft. Watch along. 8 hours. We're locked in. BK likes it.
No sleep. Till Alula.
I'm gonna be traveling to Dubai that same exact day. It's gonna be tough to do a watch along.
Goofy games. The goofiest of all the goofy games, Jack.
If you can hook that up into a plane, I'll do it.
Why couldn't you? They have Wi-Fi in planes.
That's so spotty. There's no way.
Yeah, the international's not very good.
Yeah.
International.
I'm gonna try.
Are you flying peasant class, Jack?
Yes, I fly peasant class.
It's goofy games. They can't spring for at least business.
At least business. Oh, okay. So the minimum is business. Let's go first. I've got premium economy twice, and I got randomly assigned it.
The Middle East without business.
Yeah. About that business.
What did you fly? Going? Rich or Bracken? What did you fly when you went?
Lufthansa the first time, and then.
But were you peasant class?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving forward, never again.
I don't have that OCR money. I didn't get third at a world championship to get all those bucks.
We're going to Vienna. A couple day flights tomorrow. Peasant class to Toronto. Then peasant class also to Vienna, but got that exit row, got that first row.
There we go.
With nothing in front of me.
Good leg room. I find it hard to sleep in that row. Nothing to brace your legs against.
How do you sleep in your bed? What do you mean brace your legs against?
Well, I don't sit up.
He's in a box with confined.
When you lean back and your legs go all the way out with the seat in front of you, they push against something. They keep you from slipping down.
Slide all the way down.
You slide. Yeah. Eventually it's awkward. It's great. It's still the one you choose, but you better have half a Zan.
I feel like I should be or like we should have first right of refusal for exit rows. I feel like OCR athletes, hybrid athletes are going to be the most capable of helping people out of there.
Yeah.
You know, I think that there should be some sort of, you can't just let anybody.
There's no doubt if any emergency happens and they see us on a plane, they're probably going to be like, hey, can you help us out a little bit? And
Kent's got the exit row, but if that happens, he's the first one out that door.
Kent's booting the kids out of the way.
He's right out of the door.
He's like, I got to get out of here. Women and children, sorry, not happening.
There should be a third. You have regular check-in or security. You have TSA, clear, pre-check, that kind of thing. And then there should be emergency row tryouts. And all it is just a pull-up bar. It wouldn't add much time. You go there, you do max pull-ups, and then if you don't get it, they shuffle you back. This is the superhero scramble gamble. You're in the back of the line. Get back there. But if you top out, top 4 people on each flight, you're through security. You shouldn't have to wait with the peasants, and you're egg zero.
And if you bluff and you're like, oh yeah, I can do so many of them, and it turns out you can't do one, it's like you have to sit next to the toilets.
Yeah, definitely. Back of the plane.
Back of the plane. No recline.
Security row or exit row tryouts is what I'm
on board with that. I like
that's my campaign platform.
I like it. I'll vote for that. Single issue voter over here. All right, let's talk about some HYROX. We have Vienna coming up again, 3rd major of the season. It's definitely exciting. These majors, as flawed as the whole system is, better than last year, making steps in the right direction. These majors are exciting to kind of rally around and like know that there's a big event where there's going to be a lot of athletes. And this one in particular, the roll downs were very minimal. We saw in Chicago, it rolled all the way down to Pelayo, who was the 30th.
And thank goodness it did.
Right?
Yeah.
Who now locked in his spot for the rest of the majors, not quite for Worlds yet. And I think the roll down was pretty aggressive for Stockholm as well. I think it got way down there.
Yeah. There were, because of Deca Worlds also, you had several people on the men's side stay here.
So
did see Megan Lauren go over. But.
So on the men's side, the only 2 athletes who are not showing up are Rylan Shadag and Hunter McIntyre. So it only rolled down to Graham Holiday and Jonathan Wynn, who are 16, 17 with times that are
seconds apart. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really well. Jonathan Wynn's time's about 40 seconds faster than Graham's for his qualifier, but the last qualifier in is a 57:35.
We're living in a different world compared to how HYROX used to be.
Hard times.
Yeah, they're cooking. They're cooking. On the women's side, Jack, who we're not seeing, we're not going to see Belle McFarlane,
Alondra
Greenlee,
Rebecca Mason.
She's already qualified for Worlds, so I guess she's good, which is I think a smart move. And then is it Sika Arning?
Yeah, Sika. Yeah, you're right.
And
so 4 women, 2 men will not be there. So basically, you're going down to 19 on the women's side and 17 on the men's side, and they take 15 people.
And that's also what didn't happen before. If like the roll down, if it got like it would roll past the roll down, and these 2 races, 16, 17 accepted, and 16, 17, 18, 19 accepted for the women, which is wild.
Yep. I think what they learned from Chicago is just take your spot. You gotta be in the fight. Don't assume you're going to get another shot, especially with how this season's been going.
And this is a European race where most of the athletes are
European,
the majority
2/3 at least, let's say.
Yeah. So they're taking them because they're seeing the DC's the next one. It's like, not sure if they want to take that shot.
Would Torino have counted? Because I saw a lot of like Eugenio Bianchi is outside, but he raced that one. I wasn't sure if he's trying to get like a last qualifier or not, or just wants to practice.
That would have counted for DC, but not for this one because that was only 1 week out.
Gotcha. So pretty well with DC, that's March 4th or something.
Yes.
March 3rd. Mm-hmm. So what do you have this weekend and then maybe 1 or 2 more races and then that's it? We know who's going to go to DC also.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty quick turnaround. All right.
And just for the listeners, this is on a Friday, is it, Rich? You kind of got screwed up.
Yeah. So it's a Friday. They moved it from Saturday to Friday. I'm actually okay with it personally, but if it was a domestic race where I typically get in the day before, I would have been, are you kidding me? You just changed the race. So we're not sure what DC is going to be either because they're not sure. I did ask to try to see if that was
How are they not sure? You either have a day that you rent the building or not. Like, it's pretty obvious.
I think it's just a matter of, because it's open championships, right? And so they don't want to change all the venue the day of and change the weights and get the grid. So I mean, it makes sense logistically, but it's not great for letting the athletes know what to expect.
You're gonna do well with it, but it means people have to get things right now. You can't have that leggy day after travel feeling. You can't have your back lock up and need work. I got 2 days to get it together. Like, you got to have your ducks in a row and you've got to have it go well. That one day makes a difference.
That was my issue in Madrid, though. The second day was worse.
Interesting.
The second night of sleep was way worse because I wasn't tired, and it was just like trying to, and I felt worse the second full day or third full day, I guess.
Yeah, you're set.
We're good to go. Mizuno Rebellion 2s, dude.
You're doing it.
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm bringing him in my carry-on too, just to make sure if my luggage gets lost, at least I have those.
Yeah. ID, debit or credit card, race shoes. That's all I need.
Pros. Look at that. Who needs a heel? Who needs one? Not me.
No one.
Not me.
You're going to be the only one there with those on.
Correct. Absolutely. Thinking the bottom's going to work. Have you tried it? What do you think?
I did a workout this weekend where I wore those and then wore the alphas. And putting the alphas on, I was like, oh, these are just like so much more relaxed. I can run however I want. Like, these make the alphas feel tame. But the bottom, I think, is the best. I told you right away. I said this might be better than RC Elite 1, and now I believe it.
Is it going to work on the concrete?
No worse than RCs.
Okay. I'm going to bring the RCs as well. Just in case. Even though it's like if one works, one, I don't know.
Better bring that as endos just in case.
The which ones?
Endorphins.
No, I'm not bringing those. I don't think those are that great on the carpet. It's just like, I thought about it and I haven't had like a good push with those. So back up to the backup is old reliable Hyperion Tempos. Old reliable. All right.
So we have the return of the king.
Me?
OG's coming back. Lucas Storath.
Lucas Storath. Me winning the vote or the predictions. Yeah, I know.
When we all entered this sport in Miami, well, Rich, you didn't enter in Miami.
I didn't.
But you were aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
All we had to go off of were videos of Lucas Storath in the Las Vegas Convention Center running through, like, it looked like some sort of farmer's market en route to the wall balls, and then stalking his social media. He was Hobie Call. He was the first person to do all these things, and all we did was watch him. And then he faded from the sport, and suddenly he's back with a near world record.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on the start line. Just what a resurgence, and we get to see.
I remember seeing some YouTube videos of him when everyone was doing the YouTube stalking, and he was doing wall balls on like a field goal post, and he was doing them with a medicine ball, not with wall balls. And I was like, this guy can't actually be good. And we were wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he had that crazy time at Maastricht to propel him into Elite 15. So that's a really cool story. The first world champion of HYROX is now going to put his hat in the ring, name in the hat,
legacy on the line.
Name in the hat.
Put his name in the hat, legacy on the line, just to see, like, because now, I mean, he's going to probably be the oldest competitor in this race. What he's in his
Joffrey, Jezebel,
him or Joffrey. Yeah, I guess they're both like kind of mid to early 40s, right?
He's a physical freak.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who qualified is.
No, I mean, at 40 with an 8-pack, will run out in the 3 lows. He's Lauren Weeks aggressive. It's wild. He's one of those people that by showing up changes the dynamic of the race. If 42-year-old, is he 42 now?
Sounds about right.
Like
I would say 42 plus or minus 1
is still the same aggressiveness as 39 when we saw him last. Then he changes the race just by being there with no hunter. That's exciting.
So let's get into this draft style. Jack, you got the draft board up?
Do I? Yeah.
This is our first draft of the 2024 year.
You need to enable sharing.
Jack has we've all lost. This is our 4th season of drafting, and we've all finished in last. So we're our clean
Parity.
slate. Jack should be good. Parity is alive here with the draft. What we are going to draft. Is it going to be 5 men, 5 women? Is that that would work, right? We're going to draft everybody that's in the field. Usually we have keepers. We are not doing keepers here.
Rich, you get boned in this.
What?
This picture of you.
Where
You
is
look
it?
like Simple Jack.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm all in the wrong spot.
I didn't draw it.
No, that's how I look. I like that one.
Brackets, you're so mean.
Picture you with a mallet chasing butterflies.
That's how I roll. That's what we do. Cross country scoring. We're going to take our top 7 finishers, men and women combined. That's a score, lower score wins. It's dual meet style, so it's head-to-head scoring. Each week, our teams will have 2 different outcomes. Do we want to keep the block card this year? Is there any other rules we want to implement? I didn't think
Keep
about
that
this.
block card. It was exciting.
Keep the block card. I like it.
Man.
I don't think I use mine. I get 2.
I'm blocking your first.
Any
Should we have just like look at this schedule right here? How many races we're gonna have? Should we have one where we can block the order in which you pick, or are we just relying on the wheel names no matter what?
wheel of names?
Okay, just check. I'm thinking
I
of
would
ideas.
use block card as it's all powerful, omnipotent, omnipotent.
You just want to block everything?
I why not let someone waste it on an order? We've shown that the least important factor of this is what order you pick in.
That is true.
How about one where we get to choose the next person's gender that they pick? Just one single vote where it's like, oh, a lot of guys are off the board. We know they're going to pick a woman, but I don't want them to take that.
Is that not just a block card?
That's just block card.
Okay. Well, I thought we were going to do multiple things.
What if we have 3 block cards, but we call them all something different?
Oh,
I block your pick, but only their gender.
Let's go Uno rules.
Yeah. Reverse.
We'll hit them with add 4 somehow.
All right, we're getting off track. Simple Jack,
We're-
bring us back.
We're way off track. So we need the wheel of names. I'm taking this back, Jack.
Yep.
Taking this back. Wheel of names popping up.
I'm
So
not
it's-
loving the padding to the right of my name, though, Jack. I feel like I need a character space there.
So Kirk
two.
used to have it. Like Kirk
You
was
took
there,
it?
but I hid him basically.
I'm talking on the win-loss record and points.
We're spinning.
Oh yeah. No, I just did even with. I could widen it, sure.
Thank you.
There you go.
I can breathe a little.
Yeah.
BK, what you gonna do? Pick your spot.
We can't see the wheel names. What's going
Yeah,
on
I don't
here?
see
You
it.
can't see it? What do you see?
You said you're taking it back. I assumed you did. All right, there we. Oh, Brack, I didn't see it happen. I'm not sure if I
There it
believe
is.
this. Actually,
You know what?
I don't know why I took that stick
Yeah.
so long.
For the culture of HYROX, we need to respin and make this all valid. We
Yeah.
can't not have a non-factor be our first spin of the year.
It should be something completely arbitrary and just
Okay,
out of
there we
whack.
go.
Dang, it's
All right,
meant to
all right.
be.
That's right.
It's meant
Ball
to
don't
be.
lie.
Yeah.
It's meant to be. BK, what pick do you want?
Ooh, give me one.
Uno.
One. It's probably smart.
Come on. Come on.
I knew it. Whatever.
Give me trois.
Number 3.
I don't know what that means.
I need to touch up on my German.
That's not German. I hate to say it.
No, I know that's not German.
Was it
If I knew, I don't know German. That's if I knew it, I would have said it, but I don't.
1, 2, 3.
But I don't know it.
All right.
Make it guttural and it's gonna work.
You think guys just fake it till you make it?
That's my life.
All right.
Say it with confidence. Never back down.
This is exciting. Our first draft of the year. Redemption for BK. We'll see. This is our, I don't know. This is probably the most stacked race
Yes.
that we've seen in HYROX. Is this, without Hunter there, it's hard to say it's like the best field that we've seen. But in terms of depth, I think this is like better than the World Championships like the past 2 years, at least on the men's side. And the
We have
women's side
15 of
is
we have
pretty
15 of the
close.
top 17 men ranked, and then 15 of the top 19 women. It's hard to argue against that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a world championship class field here, and arguably could be better than the previous 2 world championships. Jack, your
Sport is
second, right?
full. There's just not an easy out on this list. And
Yeah.
maybe Rich will dump on someone on this at some point today, but they're just all good. So I think there's 4 or 5 guys that could all legitimately win. So I'm just steering clear. It makes me nervous that we haven't heard a word from Lauren Weeks, which could mean she's going to come out in like final mode here. But you got to go with Meg Jacoby.
Gotta
Number 1
take
pick.
her.
If there was ever a sure thing, it's her and hybrid right now. Right up into the point when Lauren beats her, she's the favorite.
She's been absolutely undeniable the past 2 majors.
Yeah.
Like definitive wins. And I think this was an Anthony Parasini stat that Meg is the only person who's beaten Lauren twice.
Really?
And I think that that's
in HYROX.
Yeah, I think that that's true. She got beat by Rachel Von der Rock once.
She had that Chicago race. I thought Rebecca Hammond didn't, and Faye did. Wasn't there a race early on where she lost to a couple people?
Maybe.
Are we counting pregnancy?
Pregnancy.
Are we counting pregnant world championship?
Maybe, but who else would have beat her there another time?
Meg
Was
didn't exist yet
Michaela
in the
there?
sport.
Michaela wasn't there. That was like it was like Chris,
Yeah.
like Viola.
Viola.
She spotted them all,
Alondra.
one freebie, and the stat
And
still
that was
stands.
it. And that was it. So, I mean, Meg coming off of a world record. She's fit. She's healthy. Confidence is through the roof.
Can Lauren do it? Yeah. But
Does
she's
she
not
do-
the odds-on favorite right now.
If you're Lauren, do you do the same thing that you've always done?
Yeah.
You still do it. You still.
I
Just,
mean,
just
She's
rip
won world titles.
Yeah, when it counts the most, she still hasn't lost to her. So she still has that. And as an athlete, that's all you need, right? You need one angle. That's my angle. I got it. I'm still the one to beat. Not that Lauren's that like arrogant athlete who needs that. She'll just show up and say, "Oh, I can't beat any of these women." And then
Like I'm gonna go as hard as I can, and whatever happens, happens. And
Because what would you change if you're Lauren? What do you change?
not going out as hard.
And what? Make it just pure metric versus metric all the way through. I don't think you want that with Meg. I think Meg's ceiling on every individual event. I don't think you want to match ceiling for ceiling. I think you want to try to make her blow up, which is what Lauren's only thing is just extend her a little bit or make her back off and let me get away. When Meg's doing her own thing and just is allowed to hit every metric along the way, like I don't think there's anyone who's ever been created that's going to beat her there.
So maybe she needs to go out harder.
Yeah, if anything, harder.
Anything harder.
Make her make a decision rather than just roll. She's dialed in. She's too locked in, right? She knows what to do.
Yeah. But that's why it's like pick a spot.
Mm.
Right? Like try to extend it in the middle of the race. Because right now, like she can't go out hard enough that it makes Meg even like change her strategy at all. You know, Meg just kind of like hanging around doing her thing. But if there's a spot.
It's disconcerting to be farther behind than you think.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Again, I picked her. I'm still drafting her. I still think she has the ability to beat everyone 9 times out of 10. Lauren, 6 or 7 out of 10 right now.
All right. Good pick. I
I'm
think
going
it's
to
a
take your
great pick.
counterpart, Lauren Weeks.
Jack goes Lauren. All right.
I mean, best available on the board on the women's side at this point. If in all likelihood, it's going to be one of them winning. So I feel like I've got second place at worst right here for the women's side.
No doubt.
Can't argue it.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah.
You can guarantee it too. On the men's side, it's not as clear.
Not as easy. Without a hunter in the field, it's pretty variable.
Right. And like there's a
lot of factors.
We'll see with my picks, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing Lauren back out here against Meg again, and how last race Lauren was more in a battle with Linda Meyer than with Meg. You know, like that was actually the 2-3 battle.
Yeah.
And I guess we get no spoilers here, but you would expect Lauren to finish it. And she doesn't, like, the thing with Lauren in that spot if she just doesn't not going to win, she doesn't quit.
What does no
Right.
spoilers mean?
Yeah.
Are
I
you
got
about to drop
Do you
inside
have a time
information?
machine?
I got things to say. No, I'm
Oh.
around our around the people we're gonna, or I was gonna like go down a whole. I was gonna start talking about every single woman. I was like, wait, we're
Yeah,
drafting them all.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was like, if you know the results already, that you gotta
He
give
got
us
the
a heads
script.
up. Yeah.
HYROX
Yeah,
is just
is the
HYROX
NFL
is
involved also in
scripted.
HYROX?
Makita's not going to like the script.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Austria for the Super Bowl. I
Ooh.
don't think I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. This might be the first Super Bowl since I was like born that I'm not gonna watch.
What would have happened if the Eagles were in it?
I mean, we don't even need to talk about that hypothetical. It's so far fetched.
Yeah,
Maybe one
that's good.
dude tearing down street poles and lights in Austria.
Trying to order a cheesesteak, cheese schnitzel or something like that. All right, I'm up.
Schnitzel.
I'm up. I'm up. Give me hometown, sleeping in his own bed. He says, come see me. This is where I'm at. Alex Ronkovich.
Yeah.
He's proved that he can win. That matters at big events. He knows how to get it done.
Has he won his biggest win would have been European Championships last year.
And to me, that's the second biggest event behind World Championships.
For sure.
Yeah, he's got the biggest win on the board other than LK or LS. So Lucas Story.
I was like, I don't know.
Okay.
Because
I don't know who
Kent,
LK is either.
Kent has a North American and a major, so it's
That's true.
hard to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
there. Yeah, I mean this is set up. You have to imagine Alex has this race circled. He literally lives in Vienna, like in the city. It's going to be like right there
Yeah.
for him. He's
Like-
got to be excited to host and show people around, and also to kick everyone's butt.
Look what happened with Pelayo in Chicago. Like, fantastic race. You sleep in your own bed. Same thing. Whenever you have a hometown race, it always seems to work out for that hometown athlete. I was if it wasn't Lauren, like, because she has the potential to win, being a multi-time world champion, I would have got Alex for the second pick.
I mean, like the way that I crushed at Colorado Springs Super 2 years ago, slept in my own bed, came out.
Jack
murdered
at Cirrus
everybody.
Arena.
Oh
Jack
my
at Cirrus
God, it's
Arena.
undeniable.
Big time,
Yeah.
big time.
There are two guys I think that have the ability to be head and shoulders above the rest, and he's one. And you're probably about to draft the other.
I am, even though whenever I draft my guy, he doesn't do that well, but I didn't take him first. So I'm taking him second, Ryan Kent.
You gave him the chip on the shoulder while still taking him, which is the sweet spot.
Yeah, and I don't give him that jinx. I drafted him at DECA out of spite because he got me all sick. And it turned out the way that it always turns out. He freaking bombed.
The man's had a tough go lately.
Mm-hmm. He'll be there with
channels things well.
He does. His fitness is really, really solid right now. It's as good or better than it was in Chicago. But, different circumstances. He'll be there with a heavy heart. It's the travel, international. He's done well with that. In the previous race that he ran in Dubai, he was able to manage the sleep deprivation. But he can channel things. He can harness it. And I think that he's going to be I think I just got 1 and 2 on the men's side.
Yeah.
Motivated.
Yeah, I think so.
In one direction or another. Because in that race in Chicago, I mean, Alex just skis like a madman, but Kent had the lead on him after push. And then it was just Rylan
Him and
chasing him
Rylan the
down.
whole time.
And Alex kind of got stuck in no man's land and ran a phenomenal race. But he wasn't really racing Kent in that. And the same thing kind of happened to him with Hunter. He just kind of Hunter went out so hard, and then Alex was in second after ski, and then that's where he stayed. So I don't know what Alex has to do to keep up with him, but he's going to try. He's definitely going to try.
Alex has probably the highest floor in this race, given the circumstances, being in his hometown and everything. So Kent has probably the highest ceiling.
He has that Lauren Weeks that he's going to give you what he has, regardless of positioning. And he's found himself in so many of these situations, like Kent running away from him or Hunter, that he's comfortable in no man's land, which is a really difficult spot to be. That you're right about the floor.
Jack, you're up.
All right. I think Linda Meyer, just she was pretty close to Lauren Weeks last time, former world record holder, right? And from Germany, not a far trip. I like her odds.
Yeah, I think she's actually close. So I think she's like Eastern Germany. So I don't
Eastern
think she's
Germany,
too far. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the vine. Yeah, I
I
mean,
like that call.
she has been really solid. Really solid this year. Really solid for her career. And again, not far travel. She'll be there. She's already has a qualifying spot locked up, but she has had that for the past 2 races. But it's going to be more. It's going to be a little bit more.
Watching her last time.
I think it's a little more competitive from like
Mhm.
3 to 6 in this race than it was last time. But even though she was up with Lauren,
Yeah, that's kind of the differentiator. Where I don't think she has a fear of Lauren like some of the other people might. Even if they won't admit it, I think she's going to be confident and just it's an easy trip for her. I'm going hometown advantage, even though it's one country over.
She's ascending. She's back on the rebound. She's moving back up. The question is she ascending faster than some of the other women behind her, like a Camilla, like a Michaela, people returning to health, or like a Chris returning to sport? Whose ascent rate is faster? She was clearly better than all the rest in Chicago. Is that the case now still? We're not sure yet.
In Stockholm. Chicago,
yeah,
it
was
was
like Sweden, I thought.
Chicago, it was
down
to the wire.
No, you're good. Stockholm.
Stockholm. BK.
Stockholm. All right. I'm coming off the last place in the league.
Sure are.
And when you're in last place, you either
embrace
to just do what the top people are doing, or you just have nothing to lose. Give me Lucas Storath.
Oh man.
Oh, my L team isn't going to happen.
Listen, I've analyzed Jack's analysis of that course. I did my own little dig through here. I don't think that course was more than 40 seconds fast.
More than 4 minutes? I agree.
I think it's less than a minute.
Seconds.
A minute max.
Oh my God. All right, whatever.
I'm going to redo all those numbers and we'll talk about it on the show, but I'll eliminate anything 25-meter sleds. But I agree with you, Bracken. I don't think it was as fast as people might have thought.
I think this man is willing to do things in training that have him in this position to be that guy. And these guys haven't raced him anytime recently. He is up there with like some of the 2 or 3 fastest surges of running I've ever felt in a race. He's just so crazy on course that he can change things by just like sheer aggression. And people have learned to let that go in HYROX. But I don't think they remember peak Storath. And so maybe this is what a bottom dweller does, is they make bad choices and call it bold prognostication, and they dress it up. But I think he's going to do something big this weekend.
But also, like, has he raced a field this deep since he's been back, right? Like, can he go out and just like run out with Hunter and hang on for second? Like,
I don't know.
Someone has to do that.
Doesn't need to know this time.
No one else that I'm seeing is going to have that tendency besides him.
Anyone else got a world championship in this field? Tobias?
Rich does. Different sport, but
Deca, come see me.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude took 6 minutes off from one race. I mean, if he keeps that progress, that training, he's on something, dude. I don't know. He's on to 40s something.
Real soon.
He's on to something. I think that
I'm throwing Hail Marys starting in week 1, pick
6 minutes,
number 2.
Even if 40 seconds off, takes off 5:20. Dude's doing something right.
Yes, he is.
Dude's doing something right. All right, you got another one.
All right, we're going to keep rolling with this. I know what the smart move is, but I'm picking with the person who I think has the highest ability to change her race fitness in the smallest amount of time. Give me Chris Proglaski.
You mentioned who else has a world championship in here.
Yep.
That's right.
The one. That's the one.
Stacking chips. And I mean, it doesn't matter how little I respect or even like this person. She can change her fitness really quickly.
She can.
And she's been focusing more on this. I don't know if focus is the right word, but she's been doing more of this style work. That has always worked out for her well in the past.
I mean, she has to go. She's going because she thinks she can qualify. Mm-hmm. So she thinks that she can get on like the podium here because she
There's
won't
no
be.
sense making that flight without hope.
No, is she? Wait, Jack. She's not doing super goofy games, but she
No.
might be able to do DC, right?
Yeah.
Oh, then never mind. Because I was looking at this like, oh, this is like her one shot before the last chance qualifier because she's doing super goofiness, but she's not doing that. So
She is
No,
doing
she's
tough,
doing
tough
Tough
Mudder,
Mudder.
so maybe that's going to impact DC.
I would imagine.
So
But for her,
she's got Anaheim if this doesn't
This
work
is
out.
the qualifier. This
Right.
is the I believe I can qualify here.
Yeah.
And if you're going to qualify here, picking you with the third woman off the board, fourth woman off the board is a good pick.
You know how often we're talking about like, oh yeah, there's no way they're 3 minutes better than they were last week. Like Chris is one of those athletes where it actually is true, and
Right.
that is not true often.
she flies
she
in the
could be
face
like-
of me making fun of the courses.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, she is the fourth woman off the board. I mean, that could happen, no doubt.
Swinging here, guys. Swinging.
I like it. You're back. This is back to OG BK when I'm taking KBB.
Is he
with
drunk
that wild
drafting?
card.
We're not sure.
We're not sure. Can't tell. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it don't. All right, Jack. You got ladies.
all right. I'm gonna add to the list. I was so impressed watching her in person in Chicago. I think Camila Massa is definitely going to qualify for Worlds at this race.
Definitely. Someone's got a case of the definitelys here.
Yeah.
Shoot. I was hoping she would hang around.
I have no inside info on like her finger situation, but I've broken a couple fingers and it's been a couple months. She's fine at this point, I'm sure. I just like the aggressiveness and that she's shown in races. She's not afraid to go out with the fast people or lead a race at any point if that's how it works out. But I also think that she's just kind of her skill set's just coming around, and like she's been in the sport, and at this point she's like just everyone knows she is capable of a breakthrough coming up, and I think that it's either going to be here or DC.
I agree.
Here's the smart pick.
I think she's going to qualify here. I was hoping she would last. There's at least going to be one qualifying spot for the women.
Yep.
The way that it works, you have to get in the top 5 of these majors to receive a roll down. So like if there's, and right now there are 4 women in this race who have their qualifiers. So if they finish 1 through 4, there's at least one spot. So there's that, at least one. And she's definitely going to be fighting for it. Yeah, she finished 5th in Chicago after falling and breaking her finger.
Yeah.
And
She's
think
from
about-
Europe originally, so you know
been over there.
She's used to traveling. Like
She ran double. She was in Italy last week and ran doubles with Luca. So she's been over there a little bit of time.
oh, is she staying there like
Yeah.
until the race?
Mhm.
Oh,
So-
even better. Okay,
So she'll be
I had
acclimated
no
in terms
idea
of the
about
time and sleep. And the thing about Camila, she just does all the small things that most athletes aren't willing to do when it comes to preparing herself physically. So there's nothing that she leaves unturned. And like it is, like you said, Jack, it's just going to happen for her. Like it could definitely be here, it could definitely be DC, but she's seen this ascent and it's not an accident. Like she's
Yeah.
just
What
not.
do you
getting
mean by
off her
that?
stone.
What are some of the small things that she can hit that others aren't willing to?
Well, when it comes to looking at things like getting blood work done, seeing specialists, doing like things that are outside of training, making sure her nutrition's dialed in, and like all the
Sleeping
Gotcha.
and- yeah.
sleep, like any type of like little hack or anything, they're willing to explore it. And if it works, it works. And sometimes, and that can be the difference, especially at this level where some people just focus on training and hope that they can get there with their physical and mental. Camilla's doing all of the small stuff. So she'll be
Gotcha.
ready.
Yep. Stole your pick.
It's your boy. I'm up. All right. I'm taking Vivian here.
You have to.
Gotta.
No COVID anymore.
COVID-less. She was 4th at Chicago in a wall ball battle with Linda, came in at the exact same time. And Linda was just right with Lauren Weeks.
Yep.
So, I mean, we haven't seen her since then because she did have COVID for DECA. So she got 4th at the World Championships.
She's Mrs. 4.
Yeah, she's that Delori spot locked in.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm excited to see her. The only time we've seen her race international was England last year, and that didn't really matter for her. She got 4th. So Not too concerned about that.
It's the right pick.
Yep. I was torn between the two of those. I just went with Camilla because I didn't know that she was still over there from Europe, but I know that she's traveled well in the past, and I just liked her ascension. But
Yeah.
Vivian, it was 50-50 between them.
Yeah, I was hoping to get either one. And then I'm going to take Michaela here.
She really dropped.
She really did. She made a post again. Like, I think she's still dealing with some health stuff.
Really?
And the
Yeah.
longer that goes on, the less confidence you have. Like, someone gets sick, okay. It's 6 months later, 9 months later. Now there are ramifications of long-term health issues. And it's just that you're disjointed. You just can't build when things keep stringing along from a health standpoint. And so I really hope she's not dealing with something that's just going to hang and hang and hang.
It seems to be doing that, but even still, like, she'll get 7th. that's where she came off of the board here. Even her at like 60% is like a fighting chance at the podium because she is like that good. Taking a lot of ladies out here.
Yeah.
This is a female heavy draft.
Because the dudes is just like, who knows?
I don't want to say interchangeable, but they all could get any position.
Bracken, I'm gonna make your life a lot easier. I'll just take another woman off the board, Lauren Griffiths.
Sheesh.
I watched her at Deca Worlds, similar to Camilla, where I was like, she's just fit, just really aggressive. I think Lauren is who she's been training under, Lauren and Anthony. I'm sure that whatever racing style they have clearly, works for, Lauren and Lauren. So Lauren Weeks, it seems like Lauren Griffiths races just like her, very aggressively. She dropped the 62.18 in LA, was it?
In a U.S. course, yeah, really,
on a U.S. course,
really impressive.
Couple minutes ahead of Chris, former world champion in this sport, and just the rate of improvement in this past year, doing really well in the 3K, and then we really saw her put out some good performances in Deca, and then HYROX dropping a 62 out of nowhere. I'm liking where she's at, so I don't think that she was going to come back to me.
No, that's a great pick.
Good pick.
That's a great pick. She could end up on the podium if like what we're seeing out of her translates to championship races. Which at Deca, she like took that race by the horns. She was leading it. She wasn't afraid. The Deca fit.
She just looks smooth as a runner. Also,
she does.
Like nothing compromised at all.
She does. Yeah,
she looks the part.
Yeah, she seemed to have found a sweet spot here with hybrid. So yeah, good pick. She could be on the podium.
Is this the most excited we've been for a major in a while? In terms of unknowns and what could happen?
This is a great field.
So good.
It's a fantastic field. I'd say I was super excited for Chicago just because Rich was getting his chance finally. We saw Pelayo, like some big roll downs. Now it's like we know who's going to be here. It's kind of the people who've earned their spot based on the qualification system. So it's hard to argue against this one being more exciting realistically.
All right,
BK.
How to screw it up.
I am taking the two best doubles athletes I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, who could that be?
Michael and Rich.
Sandy.
Now, Sandy just impressed me so much in that race with Hunter. It's wild that a doubles is the most impressive moment I've ever had watching him, but he really showed what maybe people thought he was lacking. Like that killer bite down on it instinct. He had that. And sometimes, like we've seen in the track world, dropping or raising to a different distance, when you get back to your regular distance, improves that racing. And that's what I'm hoping for here. And then, Pelayo got the better of you in Chicago. But that was a very atypical sled day. Very atypical. And I think that you are more sled proof across the board than he might be. And there was even rumor of a 3-lane difference in Chicago.
We've heard some things. There may have been some variance there.
He was lane 3.
But most importantly, dude, like look at the bottom of these shoes. You gotta be.
And that's not even to talk yet about the shoe game.
Dude.
Rich and I have discovered the Holy Grail. It's dangerous. It's wild, which is how I'm drafting. So Rich Ryan.
People might think I'm cheating with this shoe. I'm serious. People are gonna be like, dude, you can't.
What
wear
would
this
matter more if you doped for 9 weeks or just put this shoe on?
The shoe,
Shoe.
easy. But thank you for drafting me. You guys, sometimes I feel like you let me draft myself, and I was going to.
I would have.
I was hoping.
this
I
was
was
an
taking
RC
you this
race.
round if Bracken didn't.
If this was an RC Elite race, I might have. But as soon as I figured out that you're bringing the Rebellions and no one else has them, come on, man. Easy money.
I like the Sandy pick. I mean, I think his confidence it has to have a boost after that doubles performance. Even though he was dealing with an injury leading up to it and hadn't done too much running, I feel like he has to be feeling good, being able to hang with Hunter on that. Already has his World Championship qualifier spot. So it's just kind of like a money race for him, pressure free, so he can go out and do his thing. I think. What kind of odds would you give Sandy being in the top 3 after sled push?
100.
100%.
He's aggressive.
100 odds.
100.
100. 1 to 1.
I mean, that's got to be plus a million.
Okay, I thought you were talking just straight up percent versus betting odds.
I'm gonna say minus 700.
Yeah.
That's only if he like drops out somehow. If he falls down,
Yeah.
he will be one of the first 3 people off of that sled push.
Yes.
That is going to happen. How will he be by the time he gets to Farmers? Don't know. Then it's a little bit hazier. And for your
Plus
boy,
1,200. Plus 1,600.
plus 16. I don't know. And then for your boy, I got these Rebellion Pros. You know,
Fitness, who
so
cares?
Fitness don't
Planning,
even matter.
who cares?
Doesn't matter. Jet lag don't matter. But that is the question, right? It's like, didn't do well my last international trip. Have a little bit more experience. Fitness feels good. Finished 5th at this last race. Need a qualifying spot, but you know, kind of in that interchangeable spot. It could finish 4th, 3rd, 4th. Could be 12th. The one thing I was talking to the homie Marcus Wallace about this field, I was like, who gets last? You know, like this field is so good that it's not like, who's
On the count of 3, let's all say who takes last on the men's side. 1, 2, 3.
Well, we're gonna say it at some point. Whoever gets drafted last. I mean,
say it with our picks.
But seriously, like it is interchangeable, and for me in particular, it's like how the sleds go. Rebellion Pros, I'm good. We're ready. So, I think it's appropriate pick, appropriate placement. Jack.
All right. Toby, got to go with him. It's not too far away from where he lives. Doesn't really travel a whole lot. We did see him. Where did you race? Did he race in Maastricht?
He ran in Maastricht and got worked by Tomas and Lucas.
I know. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like he has a very high floor as well. Yes, he's a former world champion. I don't think his ceiling is as high as it used to be, but I don't think he's going to get worse than 6th or 7th, and that's about where we're at for the men.
Like, it's also the name of our bunny. So
Tobias?
Toby or Tobias?
Toby.
You don't want to call it Tobias when it's in trouble?
It has a lot of variations. Toby, Tobes, Toberson.
Okay.
Of course.
How's the bunny doing? How's the Wi-Fi situation?
Fantastic. Rerouted the entire house to make room for this bunny. Our whole house is upside down because of him. Toby's a great guy. He's going to do well this weekend.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's not going to blow up.
I know.
There are athletes in this race who are going to blow up, and Toby will pass them. So yeah, if he could finish in 5th or 11th.
Yeah, he's not in 2021 shape. I'm well aware of that, but I think that he is a very intelligent racer, and that's going to matter.
Yeah, right. And like with BK saying, if Lucas comes out and races the way that we've seen him race against Hunter and blows up the field from the jump, then that is a good sign for someone like Tobias to work his way up as people fade back.
Yep.
But if it's a race that is a little bit more cautious, I mean, Ryland really kind of made the Chicago race happen. Kent's not super aggressive up front. Ronco is not incredibly aggressive when it comes to running. Like, he's really good on the stations, but he's not going to stretch the field. So how that front pack is going to, like, how aggressive and assertive that's going to be, I think has a lot to do with where Tobias will finish.
Yeah.
Run your own race. Just might, right? He's been known.
He has done it before, but
he might just catch a breeze coming off like that skier and just decide, yep.
Yeah, but it would be after the station. Like, it's not gonna be right from the first run.
The first run won't be his jam.
People aren't gonna be like whipped up into a frenzy the way that they were in Stockholm.
Right. Maybe.
Potentially. Where are we at now?
You back-to-back picks.
Now we're here. All right, how many men are off the board? 6.
Yep.
Now it is like,
Yeah, now we're getting into this could actually make or break our scoring. Top 7.
Huh. Shoot. I really don't know what to do here. Give me JK, James Kelly.
Consistent.
He's the most traveled man on this board.
Yep.
That matters. That won't be an issue for him. And he hasn't laid an egg yet.
He's a gamer.
Yeah. And he's getting better.
Stockholm, because he was 6th in Chicago, was he?
And then he was 5th at Stockholm.
So 5 and 6. Yeah. That's good value.
It's good value there. He's in the same position that I'm in. He needs to get that top 5 spot, because you assume, same for the women, there is at least one spot available, because Kent, Ronco, Sandy, and Bo Wills have their automatic qualifiers
for Worlds.
So there's at least one, at least. So JK's in my spot where we need to get top 5. Give me Bo Wills with this next one.
Just talk yourself into it, huh?
You got 3rd.
This is disrespect.
It is.
This is disrespect. But at the same time, like, that race that he ran was a bit atypical. If you had him on your podium going into it,
you were related.
You're related, or you're just not paying attention that much. But because in Chicago, kind of laid an egg, again, travels hard, then came back with the same kind of fitness and was able to run down Sandy and finish strong on the lunges, unbroken wall balls. So he's qualified through. Again, no pressure here for him. So maybe he's just going to make it happen. Collect the paycheck.
He might want to do a statement performance again, like, hey, that 3rd wasn't an accident. You better take me seriously.
If you do 2 in a row at majors, you're him.
Yeah.
Like, you're the guy. You can't fake 2 in a row. Not that he faked that one, but like, sometimes you just get on a heater at the end of a race, and I don't think you can fake 100 wall balls, but like, he has the pieces, but we had never seen them. We see him twice. That's it. Like, he's instantly could be top 5 in the world.
And he seemed to have benefited the way that Tobias would benefit from a fast race. Like, he didn't really get out with the lead group. He doesn't have a tremendous amount of turnover as a runner. So he just wore him down on the stations and was there when it was time to capitalize, and he was able to do that. Like, so it shows that he's not afraid to make the moves that he needs to make, and that he's patient enough to run his own race. So again, kind of like the Tobias pick, the way that this race will shake out up front, I think has a lot to do with how he'll end up in at the end of the race.
I agree.
Yak.
Blow this one, Jack.
Bracken, you were so disrespectful when you were saying the 2 best relay people you've ever seen. What about Pelayo? Do you know how many world records he is on? 2.
I like it. That's where I was between. I want to take my guy, Pelayo.
I didn't say ever seen. You said ever.
Roll back the tape. Where's that? It's that commercial with the throw the flag.
Got a challenge flag.
Challenge. Yeah. Yeah, I saw him in person in Chicago. Just his running, I think he might be the best runner in the field at the moment, at least from what I saw.
Without the rebellion, maybe.
Yeah.
But
okay, that's true. I didn't see you with those, but yeah, he got 4th place at a major so far. That's the best available. Yeah, I don't think anybody else has finished 4th or better who is still available at a major so far this year in the 2 races. From Europe originally, you can travel internationally. I know that Stockholm, he finished 8th or 9th or something. It wasn't his best performance,
but still not bad. right?
Yeah, he's
International travel.
he's consistently in like the 58-30 or so range, it seems. I don't know. I just think best available on the board.
I agree. And he, again, same spot. He needs to shoot for that top 5. So he'll put himself in it, right? And his running is good enough that if it stretches, this is what happened in Chicago. Like, he was just there.
Yeah.
You know, he was there and can hold on, and his running isn't going to fade.
And he's on team gloves.
He's got
that
gloves.
matters.
Yeah.
Definitely matters. I got my receiver gloves.
And he was in no man's land a lot in Chicago and still put down a good performance. Like Alex he gapped him, and then he probably had a straightaway ahead of you most of that race. That he was kind of running his own race. You see people at the workout zone, sure, but a lot of this was on his own. And I think that he's got a good mental game if he gets isolated for a little bit.
Agreed. BK.
Swinging. Miriam.
Woo. All right. Miriam Van Roer.
Assuming that she's going to be up closer to her ceiling than her floor, she's a value pick here at this point. If she has a discernible amount of fitness and confidence and health heading into this, I mean, she's right up there in the top 5.
Yeah, we just don't know. Where was she at?
No, we just don't know.
We just don't know what that fitness is like at where was it? Where was the last one? Stockholm. How did she end up? She raced there, but I don't
think she was 12th in 105.40.
Yeah.
But can only go up.
I mean, she's podiumed at a European championship, so she's got the ceiling.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to balance that with, I wasn't going to pick David Magida because back troubles scare me with long flights. But he's already over there.
He's already there.
That helps. He's only getting healthier and running more, which helps. And we've seen him have days where he's just not quite in it, and other days where he just runs down everyone and their mom. And so we're going to take that.
USA. That's
right.
why. And that's the homie right there, Magida.
Two of my four men are not
off
American.
The board. Take that, Europe.
Hey, we are consistent here on this podcast.
I know.
If nothing else. We'll complain about the qualification systems, and we will lean USA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Magida. Same thing. Who knows?
Why not?
At his best, he's
why can't
he
be
the podium?
On the podium?
No, exactly. We don't really know where his fitness is. It's I think he's had some struggles with injuries for
like
some time now. Yeah, it's been a bit of time. But his floor of fitness is always going to be pretty good, right?
He seems to perform well off a lot of other work.
Yeah,
he does better than you'd think for someone who is a highish mileage runner as their thing. He runs relatively well in hybrid off of not doing running. So if he's able to cycle in any more running recently, his odds are fine.
Yeah, second place at DecaFit. He can just pop one.
Yeah.
Right? And if people fall apart, he doesn't, and he'll be there at the end.
He was doing some heavy squats the other day on his Instagram video. I think his back's feeling a little bit better.
When I've got Lucas to blow the field up and David to pick them apart,
clean them up.
We're building a squad. Rich is going to bridge the gap in between the two.
Yep.
Chris is going to lay an egg.
That's why I picked her third.
Jack, you're up.
Oh, this is so tough. I'm just going to finish picking women. Let's go Viola.
All right.
That's who I was between, her and Miriam.
Yeah, I think she's just consistent in general at races. Like you kind of know what you're going to get from Viola. It's 63-ish or so. I don't know. I was torn between her and Kate Davey, honestly, because she's a fantastic runner, but I'm just going to go with Viola.
Yeah, I mean, she has the most experience.
Yeah. She was, I think she was in the 64 high range in Stockholm, like 8th or 9th. And that's kind of where we're at for picking women at this point. So
She just needs to go slower in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like that's just what she needs to do. Like, and if she is content with fighting for 5th, then I think she has a shot to get 5th. But if she insists on going out with Megan Lauren, then she's gonna get 10th.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We shall see.
And she's from Germany also, so not far travel to get to Austria either.
I like it. I'm gonna take Elena Vilnau here.
She got 6th.
Yeah, she was 6th at Stockholm, and I think she wasn't too far back at DC. I think she has a shot to qualify for Worlds here as well. Like she needs to, but it's tough in this race where at Stockholm Camilla wasn't there, and Vivian weren't there, and now like Lauren Griffith is another name. Chris wasn't there. She had a shot really at that one and finished 6th and almost pulled it off. So, but I think she is like I think she's one of the top remaining Europeans. Like I mean, if it was just a European Championship, you might be on the podium, right?
Close.
It was all Europe.
Yeah.
Are you kind of Camilla as US or Europe?
US. Serious?
Okay. Yeah, I'd say she probably is. You're right.
So I think she's top 3 European racer right now.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to have her on the squad because she could fight for that spot. Let's see where she was 8th, right behind Viola in Chicago. Like only like 9 seconds behind. Great. All right. I mean, this is value. Tim Vinish.
Yeah.
Talk about value.
He's done it all except the major showing. He's popped his times. He's won races. He hasn't yet had that big moment against a big field.
He's been on the podium at European Championships. But yeah, he sustained some kind of injury last year that is just seems to be lingering around a lot. But I mean, in terms of high end in this field, in the entire field, you think he's like 3rd or 4th, right?
If we get European Championship Tim, he's gonna be right in the mix with anyone.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of like where his fitness is going to be, right? Like he could end up being back where he's been in these majors, which is like between 8th and 12th, I think, or he could pop one and he could end up on the podium, like for real.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Nice.
I would be so mad if I were watching this and I'm in Tim's camp.
And
rightfully so. He's so good. We don't know what condition he's in.
Yeah, I mean, he was 7th in Chicago. It's not too far back. And where was he in? I think he was a little bit further back in Stockholm.
He seems to just have his days. And it's hard to time it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he belongs in the Elite 15 for sure, but it's kind of hit or miss.
But if he's top 3, I don't think anyone's shocked. We might
No.
be like, whoa, he did it. But we're not going to say how.
Yeah.
We know he can.
Totally. He was
There's
10th
just
in
so much
Stockholm.
parity on the men's side. It's hard to know.
Yeah.
All right. My pick.
You're up.
Rich, I'm going to need you to pronounce him. His name starts with a T.
Oh, he's that dude. Tomas Tarodict.
There we go. I'm going with Tomas. If you look at what he did in Maastricht, he went 29-29 on the run. So he's a good runner, sub 30. That's kind of what you're looking for. But his wall balls, he finished 338 and his lunges 311. So he had something in the tank towards the end of the race.
His stations were nasty.
Yes. And
elite stations in that race.
Yeah, actually, you look at those splits.
They're really good.
27 minus, including the rock. So probably like 23 on that. But he beat Lucas. He beat Tobias. He beat Joffrey. Those guys are also in the Elite 15. 56-0. I'm willing to roll a dice on him.
It's not really at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's disrespect.
Because didn't
That's
he
disrespect is.
did he race in the Elite 15 in Vegas, I thought? Thought he did a couple years ago.
Well, you screwed it up for me on Team Prove It this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's who my next pick was. And now I'm just gonna sit out here rudderless in the ocean.
Just pout.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a 56-0 guy, and he's the second last pick of the 8th round.
Where Lucas
crazy.
he just beat Lucas, and BK took him like first overall.
Bracken's like, I'm gonna show you how to lose a draft right here.
We'll see. Or
show us.
Both did that by not picking Tomas.
I almost block carded you just because I wanted him so
Week
bad,
one
but it just
out of 50.
doesn't
great.
matter in the course of the season. It doesn't matter. And yet, what if this change? What if this is the difference? What if this is starting out with a win versus third place?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably still use it. Yeah, why not?
I mean, I feel like this is Rich already got up and left the room. He pronounced his name. I feel like it's a little late.
It's valid until I pick.
All right. You want to take Tomas?
Let's start off with a bang.
That's poor mentality. I'm not going all the way in.
All right.
I'm not going pure poverty.
All about Maastricht. Whoever does well at Maastricht, BK's like, give me that. That's legit. Just because you guys are.
It is. But because what can't you fake? You can't fake the row. You can't fake the lunges. You can't fake the wall balls. Those are the things that are beyond reproach, right?
Yeah.
Well, when the run is mismeasured by 4 minutes, I mean, what are you gonna do?
It's like 1 minute max.
All right, I'll let you keep him.
The zones are good, and Rich,
he's also on that. He's on that Lucas plan. Drop 6 minutes in 3 weeks plan. That shit is fucking so smart.
Rich, can you verify? Was Tomas in the Elite 15 in Vegas? I thought he was. Okay, so he was a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, he qualified in Maastricht as well. I think he was like, there was like 8 or 10 guys who qualified for Vegas in that one race.
It's the one.
All right,
good pick.
Yeah,
great job.
You're welcome.
Great work, Kate Davey.
All right, good one.
She just said a big PR a couple minutes, right?
Yeah,
Manchester, I think.
Yeah, she was 64 low on a UK course, which is generally
that's hard,
not very fast.
And I think I'm going to take Graham Holiday here.
All right, I like it. Also had a good showing in Manchester. I mean, these are races that we've seen recently, so you know that both of those athletes you just took are currently fit.
Yeah. Dropped out of doubles in order to swing after this race. He's ready.
Yeah, he got the roll down from a previous time. But still, 58 something, 58 mid on a UK course is very strong. Very strong. So he definitely belongs in this race, and I think he'll be in the mix for sure.
And he's not rusty.
Not rusty. Has had a bit of a tough showing in the past 2 majors.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was outside of the top 10, but finished 5th at World Championships. Last year.
He's bigger than anyone ever would need to be for this sport. He's just so muscular.
Yoked. He's jacked.
It's too bad that he's doing the Decker Ruck just naturally with those 2 slabs of meat on his chest and on his back, but
his shoulders for days. Yeah, he's just yoked.
So that is a thing.
All right, Jack.
Well, I'm going to get guys for the last 2. I'll just go Jonathan Wynn because he got 6th place in Estacom. Or is that how you say it, Rich?
Estacom.
And
at Worlds.
I was going to say, and I believe 6th or 7th at Worlds. So yeah, he's been in the 56s before. And when he was in Estacom, he went 57.06, but there was like a minute gap behind him. He just didn't have enough to close in on the James Kellys and the guys who were 20, 30 seconds ahead of him. But
this is an incredible value here. Like disrespect that we haven't taken him up until this point. I mean, he didn't have a good showing in Chicago, ran well in Stockholm, kicked my buns in Madrid, 6th at Worlds last year. Like, he should be well above this. He shouldn't be like second.
He's
to
a
last
U.S.
guy
guy.
off the
He's
board.
off the board.
If he's a U.S. guy, he's definitely off the board, but he ain't.
Yeah.
Did he get a roll down? Who got the roll downs for the?
He did get a roll down.
He did. Okay. Yeah. So 57.06 is a roll down. That's ridiculous.
But he actually, that was not his time. His time is from last year. 57.06, I think, would still get him in.
Yeah.
But his time is from Malaga.
Yeah, the Spain one. I remember. Yeah.
No, so maybe he wouldn't have gotten a roll down if it wasn't for Malaga last year.
Yeah. Regardless,
because of Maastricht.
Yeah. Sixth place at last major, and he's the 14th guy off the board.
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely disrespect.
I'm not mad with that.
Definitely disrespect. Is it me?
Yeah, back to back.
Hell yeah. Give me Zara.
Got to say her last name.
Zara is just singular.
Oh,
We know.
There's no other
Pirgiani.
Z. We have IZZ, but not Zara.
Zara, I mean, she was right in the mix in Stockholm. Finished ahead of a lot of the women that are already off of the board. I think she was like 7th or 8th. She did just have a tough showing in Manchester. Don't know the story why that was or what happened there for her, but she had a really rough showing there, which gives me a little bit of pause. It's probably why she's lasted this long. But in Stockholm, she had a really good showing. So I am happy to have her on the squad here. I think that's value. I think she's going to score for me. Yeah, she was 8th. She finished in front of Viola, in front of Kate, in front of Miriam. So I like it. And now,
which J woman? JE.
I'm just not going to take anybody who ran in Maastricht. So give me Jezebel Kremer.
Nah, I was trying to have the oldest man and woman.
Actually,
Yeah.
never mind. Take it. I'm taking it back. Can I take it back?
You can.
Sure. Yep.
Give me because I think she actually did qualify in Maastricht. So give me Jennifer Nicholas because she beat her in Maastricht. Nice.
Jennifer, is Jennifer from Germany?
I don't know anything about her.
Let's say. Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about her. Let me check real quick.
Bit of a formality from this point on, Jack.
Yeah.
She is German.
Okay. Yeah. So easy enough travel. Let's go Joffrey, who's the oldest guy left on the board, and you're going to take the oldest woman left on the board.
Mm-hmm.
They're like doubles partners. French.
Yeah. The French.
Dang, disrespect for the French.
Jezebel Kremer.
Yeah. I think that Joffrey, he had that ridiculous 56 something before.
Also, that was Barcelona or Malaga as well.
Yeah.
Hanging around from last year is his qualifying.
Yeah. Barcelona 56.46 is what he had, but he also had a 57.40 from Malaga in last year as well. But a monster on the workout zones. Just can he run?
Amazing on the workout stones. He is one of the best there. He can do wall balls unbroken. I think he was where was he in Stockholm? Not last. So that's value.
No. Yeah. I've got it pulled up.
11th or 12th or
9th.
something.
He finished
9th.
ahead of Tim, Graham. Those are the two that are in this race.
Yeah.
Eugenio is in here. Yannick, a couple others.
Yeah, I mean that's for the last pick. Like that's chances of him getting last are low.
Low.
I don't think he'll be the last.
No.
No.
We don't know who's gonna get last. We won't pick.
And Jezebel got 10th in Stockholm. And is there a single person, male or female, in this field who's more, race ready for HYROX than her? I feel like she races every weekend.
She knows how to do it.
Yeah.
No rust in sight. Keeps that deck polished clean. She's ready to rock. She's jack of all trades. And she gives me oldest man and woman. You guys are going to be crushed by old person strength.
She was also on that. She was on that half Lucas plan. She dropped 3 minutes in a couple weeks. So
we are trending upwards as a unit. We are only a deck away from having everyone who's trending way up.
All Maastricht. Give me everybody who raced there. That's what you want. I'll trade you.
That's right.
I'll trade you.
You want to make a trade?
I got one. I got Jennifer Nicholas.
Should we be able to do trades?
Why not?
Yeah, like draft picks also, or just
who do you want for Thomas? For Tomas?
I'm not giving you Tomas. No, I'll give me Meg Jacoby. She didn't race there.
Come on.
Fine, but she has to run men's.
Should still get in
She
the
still
top
get
10.
like fifth.
Yeah.
Would she take last?
I
If
mean,
she
realistically,
ran just to not take last, could she do that?
her PR with women's weights is slower than every guy with men's weights. So if she had to do men's weights, I don't think it would happen.
Okay.
She might. I mean, she's
Take
definitely
that,
wouldn't be
Meg.
the slowest runner.
No.
No.
I mean,
Definitely
she was
wouldn't be the
keeping up
slowest
with
runner.
Kent on their doubles, and Kent was pressing on the runs.
Is she going unbroken on wall balls?
No, not if she just do 10
nah.
for target.
Meg,
Yeah.
they all think you're terrible, but I picked you, so I don't think that.
Yeah.
I do want to see. I want to. I would love to see what you could do on a men's race. I mean, like, you think 62?
I think the question is, does she beat the Riker line?
Is
That's
Jezebel the
65.
Riker line realistically? Because she's always right on the border of getting into these majors.
Yeah,
She was
she's the
just
Riker
pick.
line on the women.
Yeah.
No way. She's in the Elite 15. There's no. She's way better than the Riker line.
Well, Riker got third at Worlds in DECA. So
And
that could
Deca,
fit.
the Deca, the Riker line's not for Deca.
I know.
It's the Bauer.
It
line.
was.
It.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it was. Actually, it was. Yeah.
He probably does. He have the most podiums in Deca history though?
Tara definitely does.
Men's podiums.
Men's side,
Anyway, Meg,
probably
time to
Riker.
leave RMR. Come on over to TRP. We got a spot
TRP.
for you, and we believe in you.
62-10.
With the men's
Men's
weight,
pro.
No.
64-15.
No.
I don't know what that sled pull.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like,
That might be a 7-minute pull.
she's like 40 pounds lighter than
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the lightest dude. You know?
Yep. Regardless, good
Riker line.
draft. I think we've got some
Riker
some
versus Meg
interesting
head up.
teams. Yeah.
Who you taking?
Head to head?
Head to head.
HYROX?
HYROX.
Like tomorrow,
Right.
like this weekend, Nick has to show up and he hasn't prepped and Meg has the whole time.
Yeah.
I might
Riker,
go Meg.
Riker right now. When Riker debuted, if you could pull him back as like a ghost on course, like Mario Kart style, and put her right now next to him, I think she beats his debut. I think he beats her now.
Nick was sick for a few weeks though, like
Yeah.
not to start the year.
Okay.
And
Give me
I
Meg.
don't think
Nick
I don't think
sucks.
he's I don't think he's HYROX ready.
yeah, no offense.
I think he's better now than he was when he did his first HYROX.
Oh,
for
without
sure.
question. Yeah.
So he
Nick-
beats Meg in
Nick's
reality.
got the tools to do it if he wants to, but he focused on DECA.
We're saying that the third
ass.
place person at DecaFit would lose to a female in HYROX. That's what we're actually saying.
No, we're saying Riker. You say it like that. You say it like
Sure,
that. It sounds different.
Big difference.
Okay.
Got to clarify.
All right, let's go through these teams real quick.
Bracken.
BK, lead us off.
Honestly, I like Rich's team better.
Nice.
Looking at it, if I had Tomas Kvardik, things would be a little different. But
True.
instead, I settled for Meg Jacoby, Lucas Storeth, Chris Orglowski, Michael
Settled.
Sandbach, Rich Ryan, Miriam
Mm.
Van Roer, Dave Magida, Kate Davey, Graham Halliday, and Jezebel Kremer.
Bracken.
Not a bad squad.
Not
Bracket.
a bad squad. I mean, you got
I'll do a reasonable offer for Tomas if you want him.
Yeah.
Rich Ryan.
that's good. That'd be value. That's
Are you
fair.
kidding me?
I think that is
Does
fair.
Thomas have Rebellion Pro 2s?
Maybe he does.
They sell those
No,
over there.
he doesn't. He doesn't.
Okay.
So no.
All right. I thought that was a fair offer.
No, he's got the secret sauce.
All
He's
right.
Czech. Or he's Czech,
True.
right? Polish.
Well, yes, I believe so.
Polish.
All right. No, I think he's Czech.
He's
Well,
running
my
in
team's
Puma for
locked in
sure.
because Bracken doesn't want to make a deal. Not that it matters. He'll get
That was a good
last
deal.
anyway.
That was a fair offer.
I thought it was a fair offer. Yeah. Lauren Weeks, Linda Meyer, Camilla Massa, Lauren Griffiths starting out with 4 women in a row. Tobias Ludfine, Palaya Menendez, Viola Oberlander, Tomas Tverdik, Jonathan Wynn, and Jeffrey Voisin.
If your team has a shot, it's because of Tomas.
You think I have a bad
hate
team?
that.
I like my team.
I don't think your dudes are going to score very well.
My women is
Or
What do you
win.
think?
Win could be huge for you. Win could end
Yeah.
up being like third to fifth.
I
Yeah,
got
you're 8,
4 in
9
the top
picks.
6.
Determine
Four-
your team.
4 in the top 6 for women. That's good.
You got 2. You got second place for sure on women. You have 5th place for sure on women. You got 6th place, 7th. No, I don't know. But for real, it could be.
That's fine. That's why we run the race.
That's why we draft.
Yep.
To make fun of you. Let's look at
I won
BK.
last year. Don't be making fun of me.
BK is boomer bust, man. That's the team motto.
I have one person you can absolutely count on.
Yes.
Lucas.
No, that is actually true. And like, if
Megan
I have
and
more
Cody.
world champs than you guys do.
like Sandy could get
Yeah.
top 3, I could get top 5, maybe third, 3 to 5 at like if I nail it. Magita could maybe do that as well.
I clearly
Lucas
understand
wins.
that Lucas was such a reach. He was a
No.
reach 3 rounds later, but man, I gotta go with my gut. When you're the worst, you trust your gut.
So Bracken, I think I did this with Josiah when he came back. I picked him in like round 2, maybe even round 1. I was like, I just believe in this guy. So it could work out.
Was that for Jacksonville too?
Yeah, and it didn't turn out. He got like
No, I didn't.
60th or something.
No,
Jacksonville? No, oh no, you're right. I was thinking
he got like
San Luis
5th
Obispo
or 6th
Yeah.
or something like that. And he was
Jacksonville, he
leading
was
that
good.
race. He was leading the race in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Oh, slow. Yeah, he stunk.
San Luis Obispo, he blew up his calf or something.
That was the next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at my squad. Alex Ronkovich, hometown, sleeping in his own bed, coming out for blood. Ryan Kent, a beast, undefeated in majors this year. Vivian Tefudo, Michaela Norman, J.K., James Kelly, Bo Wills, Alina Villeneuve, Tim Venish, Zara Pirgiani, and Jennifer Nicholas.
It's a good team.
Team.
Squad.
Yep.
I like my Tim pick. I actually don't like any of my dudes' picks because I'm not on my team.
Because you got Kent. I'm just kidding.
That's problematic. He's gonna be pissed.
Yeah. You didn't pick him first, which means he's gonna have a good race.
I'll trade you.
Yeah.
You want to swap 2 picks?
Yeah. I was hoping you were gonna offer up that Storath there. You need to.
Yeah.
I need a bundle. I would
I'll give you Sandy or Kent straight up.
No. You need to be Sandy, me, for
Yeah.
Kent.
Rich wants himself.
Then you have to leave the
Actually,
rebellions at home.
No,
That's too much of a bundle.
Too
I
much.
can't. No, Sandy. I don't want anyone from your team. Sandy and Chris for Kent.
Hi.
I don't think you don't have anybody that I want.
Rich, you want to know what I want you to do? I want you to cross the finish line after you run so fast and just like Maurice Green. I want you to take out a fire extinguisher and just spray him because
Oh,
you
yeah.
went so fast in those rebellions.
And then
Okay.
powerlift Shuey. Boom.
Chris
Yeah.
and
Put it out.
you for Kent.
You need to take a women off the board too. And Jennifer Nicholas.
Yeah.
Do I not have a say in this? Yeah.
Why would you get a say?
Yeah. You're not going to
you have
It's
do you have-
fine, fine.
Do you have a counter
You
offer?
you have to both end with 10 people. All right. You can't do a 2 for 1. You have to do a 2
Yeah.
for 2.
That's what I said. We'll toss
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Jennifer
Kent
Nicholas.
and Nikolaus for Rogloski and Rich Ryan.
I think my women are solid, man. I don't think I need. I mean, Chris would make my women better for sure. But Kent's gonna win, dude. Are you kidding me? I
Okay.
want the number 1.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get
Yeah,
second.
I
though.
do.
Maybe I'll get second though. So you never know.
Kick Alex out of his own bed. Just be like, I'm sleeping here.
This is where I live now. This is my house. No, Kent's on my team. Kent's on
Good
my
draft.
team.
Let's have the viewers chime
was a
in.
com-
Do you
that
like
was
the
compelling.
idea of trades or no?
What? Why
course.
not? Trades are
I
amazing.
don't. Well,
Name
we've
a
done the
sporting
same
league
thing for
with
a
no
few
trades.
years. All right. I'm fine with it, but what if
Trades
the
have always
people
been
don't want
allowed.
that?
Trades have always been allowed.
We've never done one.
We've never done one.
Yeah.
Maybe we can write in some kind of trade rule this year. There has to be trades.
Every race. Everyone must trade a number 1 pick at some point. No.
All right, nice job today, fellas. So this race will be, I believe they're going to live stream. I don't know. It's been on HYROX's YouTube channel live stream. The women are going to be, I think, around 7 Central European time, and the men at
AM?
directly after PM on Friday evening.
Oh. So lunchtime or so in the US, maybe
Mhm. Mhm.
breakfast. Yeah. Okay.
So you can watch.
All right.
You can catch it.
And real quick, if you just want to take a look at the upcoming schedule, if you like these drafts, we've got in 2 weeks, Tough Mudder Alula, Saudi Arabia, the 8-hour race, and Spartan Jacksonville.
Should we do
Oh.
Spartan Jacksonville, or should we just do Alula? Alula. I think we
think
should
so.
just. I don't think we
Who's
should. do
going to
Spartan.
Jacksonville?
That'll be a lot of work
We'll
for you,
find it.
Jack.
Okay.
and-
Yeah. We maybe we'll just do Alula.
Yeah.
We're definitely doing Big Bear.
We'll
even
have a
though we're
better
not-
idea of what's going on in Spartan for Big
Yeah.
Bear, and that might just be easier.
Yeah, and we'll skip Anaheim, the last chance one, just because that's just too variable at this
Yep.
point. HYROX Worlds, that's in June in Nice, France, and then Utah Beast for Spartan. You've got the 3K and the Beast. Should we do both of those? Because I think you're gonna have pretty solid competition. We skipped the Beast for Abu Dhabi, but I think with the US and who might be showing up, that's gonna be pretty exciting to have that. We can
Except
always do.
It's impossible to qualify for.
That's a good, but we'll know who's
TBD.
qualified at least.
We're gonna petition.
Yep. OCR Worlds 3K, 15K. Last year we did 7
Mhm.
rounds instead of 10. Maybe we could do the same thing. We don't have the details about Spartan World Champs for the short course, but we are definitely doing trifecta total time like we did last year. That was fun. World
Short
Toughest Mudder
courses.
Champs right there. Yeah. And then we'll end the year with the Spartan World Champ Beast.
What are the chances that Spartan World Champs short just goes away?
At least
What are
one
the
of the
odds?
distances, at least one of them is 80%.
80% is going to go away, or it's going to happen.
80% that at least one of the short course distances never comes to fruition.
Okay.
They're talking that there's 2 distances on the same weekend. A short and a shorter.
Yeah. 100
Doesn't that make
odds.
one of them the long?
Odds are 100 that they go away.
It's gonna happen. We saw the 3K go through its entire season. It's gonna happen.
BK, what do you got on TRP?
Well, we have an episode coming out today just on some learnings recently in training and of ourselves, things that come back to mind after a while. But this weekend is man camp for Kirk and I. Thursday afternoon, we're heading to an Airbnb, meeting up together, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just training and working,
Sweet.
taking this thing in the right direction.
Just
So
getting out to
we'll
like
be
a-
watching.
Going to be out to like a
HYROX
frozen
together.
lake, ice fishing up there.
Everything's melted here.
Dang, really?
Yeah, we had like 15 inches. Now it's gone. Just mid 30s and rain.
We got
Weird.
like 6 inches where I'm at in Colorado Springs. You wouldn't even know it snowed a couple days ago.
It snowed like crazy.
Yeah.
It snowed so much up here.
You go 15 minutes north of me, and they got like a foot, and it's
yeah.
still there.
We were
It's
probably closer to that.
We've never had a winter like this in my entire life.
just warm or non-snowy,
Yeah,
I guess.
It's 42 degrees right now. This is the hottest I've ever been in my life in February.
Nice. Is that good?
Sure. Yeah, great.
I'm with that. I like
I
that
like
a lot.
snow.
That's cool. Man camp, ice fishing. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
You get down with ice fishing?
Not my jam.
No? You just gotta
Bracken
sit
just
there.
reaches in without a glove or a rod because you catch fish barehanded, right?
I had gloves on when I caught that. No, I didn't. I should have.
No, you said barehanded. I remember
yeah,
that vividly.
I should have had gloves.
Yeah.
I
Steve
mean,
Hammond did the same thing that later that day.
I'm one of those people that if I have hours available, fishing isn't going to be what I turn to.
Right.
If I ever find myself in a situation fishing, I'm not upset, but I don't seek it out.
Would you, let's say that you have like a really bad race, but the National Fishing Championships on TV as well as an option, which one are you going to be watching?
I'll probably go to TNT and watch the Fast and Furious anthology playing.
Okay. So fishing's not high on your list. Okay.
I won't watch fishing.
Fishing's not even on my list. That is not even
No,
something I would
that
even
is-
consider doing.
That's
Used to
all right.
bow fish a lot though.
I
That
eat
was
fish.
enjoyable.
I don't watch
because
it.
that's hiking or canoeing the whole time rather than just sitting still.
Jack's down with the canoe.
Oh yeah.
We know
The
that.
offer's there if you want to do it again.
You running it back this year?
50 in a row. Yeah.
Freaking summer just books up, man.
Pops up. But it's after
Summer.
the season. It'll be like 4th of July plus or minus a couple weeks. So
That's true. Okay. Keep us
good
posted.
timing.
Went solo episode on RMR Pod. RMR Squad is doing stuff. Meg's already over there. She's locked in, dude.
Dang.
She's over there acclimating. I'm just out here just crossing my fingers, hoping it's going to go well. Going to be sliding down my seat, trying to sleep.
Yeah. Bring a stool. Bring a footstool.
Bring us
create,
Little
create
ottoman
my
chair.
own, create my own cramped, pay extra for the extra leg room, and then cramp it up on my own.
One of
You
those
get some like
collapsible kitchen stools.
Yeah, that's smart.
Good.
That's
How
smart.
about one of the like an inflatable beach ball or an
Seems-
inflatable ottoman, so you have
A
a little
huge
bit of
one. Yeah, something
Yeah.
massive. Just
Yeah, you've got all the leg room. So yeah.
I would go ottoman rather than beach ball. I
Yeah.
think. I don't
beach
think a
ball is
beach
probably
ball is
better.
going to work.
Beach
super
ball is probably
well.
better for packing. I'm just gonna break out a beach ball and throw it and see how
Yeah, just
see how much people
send,
like that
Send
for
it to the rest of the peasants.
an overnight flight.
Chant USA and bring that beach ball out.
Start the wave.
Can't will be
Anyway,
down
I
for
didn't
that.
say. So Kirk and I are going to record in person
Wow.
an
Oh.
AMA.
Do you have the equipment? How you gonna do it?
We might be in like other sides of the same room,
You're just gonna do it on the computer, like
like each our own computer.
Okay.
oh, okay. Yeah, I've never tried that with the Zoom recorder thing. It works really well. It's pretty easy. I've never done it with computers in person. But yeah, we'll do RMR in person too because we're all gonna be out in Vienna.
Yeah.
With that.
Hell
Yeah, I don't have that splitter.
I think it's hard with like on one computer. I don't think it like works. I don't know. That's it for us. Thanks for checking us out. Got some fun stuff coming up. Yeah, that's it. That's it, and that's all.
Go do it this weekend.
Let's do it. It's happening. Rebellions.
Bring that USA.
USA. Better believe it. All right, squad. I'll talk to you soon.